Hello, welcome to Dinosa Jersey Shore Review, Season 3, Episode 7 now. And if you, I didn't realize this till today, but I looked at my channel. I have 61 videos I put up on that, and I really suck 'cause I got no views. But anyway, it's not meant to be that public. But what I was calling about is Jersey Shore Season 3, Episode 7, and what this really consists of, is the end of supposedly Ronnie and Sam relationship, and how they supposedly have parted ways, but all the psychoness and the drama that occurred, and how it kind of went back and forth throughout the episode. I really feel this episode really didn't need to be done. On that, the main reason, all it was is just really a depressing episode. There wasn't that much funniness. There wasn't more Jersey Shore or anything. That was really what the whole episode was really about. Like Ron getting crazy, then Ron leaving, and Sammy kind of trying to get her life together. But what I want to focus on really is the unhealthy relationship of Sam and Ronnie, which I have a suspect, which I'm concerned about, which I don't know if it's legit or not. But if you see the pattern of behavior, you can see where I'm coming from. And what I'm focusing about this episode is mainly the whole problems that consisted of it, whereas they broke up, and then what happened is Ronnie kind of goes crazy, starts in this episode. He starts acting like a fool. He starts like throwing her stuff outside, and that's not really what I want to talk about, because there's not much. I've seen relationships go like that where the two couples are just going at it, and the best thing you can do is kind of stand back and let the fire burn, because there's nothing you can do. If it gives the fisticuff, you can hold them back, but it doesn't solve anything. It just makes it worse, and it makes you involved. Sometimes it's good to be involved. A lot of times it's not. It's best to get this stuff out, which the situation has been preaching about since day one, is break up. You two hate each other, yet you love each other. It doesn't make any sense. It's really an unhealthy relationship. And what I wanted to focus on really is the vindictiveness, where is both have an ego. Ron has an ego about Sammy, like he's the Ron, and her life would be shit in Jersey Shore, which isn't true. On that, because 1, she's a girl. 2, she's good looking. 3, she had no problem getting any other guy probably on that beach, considering the guys they got there, like whatever. But literally, she'd have no problem. So those are the key things I wanted to point out. With Ron, yeah, he's good looking, but there's something about him that I'm not sure about him on that, because I don't know if maybe it was a mental thing. But what he goes from 0 to angry really quick. And something I was thinking about, which I'm not sure if this is true because he's so big, is I'm wondering if he's taking some sort of help for his muscles. And I'm not going to say a name, but character, if you've seen people who have taken these things, a lot of times when there's a situation that doesn't go exactly their way, they will go crazy, and they'll do very similar stuff that Ronnie did on that, and how he would go from 0 to angry so quick, and then get to the point where here. Now, Paulie, Vinny, Mike would have handled it completely different. They're not as big as he is, but they still go to the gym. They still do everything that he does on that, with maybe the exception of boxing, because I've never seen them box. But the point I'm thinking it's an unhealthy relationship. First of all, I think Ronnie's on something. Because his mental, 1 minute he's single Ronnie, next minute he hates Sammy, then he loves her, then he hates her again and loves her. It's either he's really immature for his age, and he doesn't know how to contain his feelings, and on that, which kind of messes with your cool right there, or 2, he's actually on something, which mentally, if you're on those type of drugs, on that, you will be more agitated, you will be quicker to anger, Of course, your testicles will go. Yank. So that that's not worth it. If anything, the steroids here. I mean, and I'll go on a little side stuff. It's like when I was a kid, they told us all the time, don't take drugs, don't take steroids, don't do this, don't do that. But then you got all these freaking athletes that have the nerve to come out there and say, yeah, I did it and I got paid. Ha ha ha. I hope you enjoyed your miserable, pathetic lives flipping burgers at Burger King. You know, and it's like, well, fuck you. You know? Who are you? A good example I could use, Andre Agassi. Andre Agassi made all that friggin' money, lost his hair, made a ton of friggin' money, he had the image, everything. Then all of a sudden, he comes out, says he was on steroids. But the trick to this is he got his money. He got the money. You gotta wonder yourself there. How is it you have the money? You got the balls to cheat, get the money, and then you got the balls to come up there and say, I cheated, but I still got the money. Fuck you. And that Major League Baseball right now is the worst example. Whereas, of all the sources, I'm not going to say Barry Bonds. I'm going to say other guys. Jose Canseco, Oakland A's, big player. He ran out of money and the dude sold everybody under the river. Mark McGwire is the smartest guy in baseball because he got his 72 votes and he quit. He was out. He was done. Frick, he was done. Okay? And you know what? He got out because he saw it coming. He saw what was going to happen if people kept pushing it. He was the smartest man, but everyone kept going at it. And why is it they're railroading Barry Bonds? I'm not a big fan of Barry Bonds, but why they're railroading him and not railroading some of these other guys, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I know they say the sports, they're now testing for steroids, but every time they test, they find a way around it. They find something else to do it. And Barry Bonds and that whole Balco thing was a good example on that. But what miffs me about this is, you know, how they tell these people, don't cheat, don't cheat, don't cheat. And then they cheat, and they get away with it, they get the money, and then as soon as the money is no longer there, they said they cheated, then they turn around and write a book and sell 1 million+ copies, and they get paid to go on the talk circuit. Do you know Oliver North is on the talk circuit, and Oliver North made more money in 1 year than 10 years of him being in the military for talking about his role in the Iran-Contra scandal? Wow. Anyway, I know I divulged off this, but that's my point. And I'm starting to see, I believe, either Ronnie is having emotional problems, he doesn't have the maturity left. Granted, he's still a young guy, but or he's on something else because his mood swings are just way too radical. Or it could be that Sam has a way of hitting the right buttons to get him into that mood swing, because in later episode you'll see that Sam is not there and Ronnie's perfectly happy and he doesn't have anything to worry about. They call him Single Ronnie. He's happy because he doesn't have nothing. Deep down, Ronnie does love Sam. Deep down in his heart, he loves Sam. On that, I believe. But I don't think maybe maturity-wise, he's not ready for that with Sam yet. On that, because he doesn't know how to maintain his emotions. On that, and keep things in the aspect. But mainly what I want to focus on was the behavior between the two. How she would go off and he would do that, and it'd go back and forth, and then at the end she was just totally distraught, broken, done on that, and she left, and then, you know, it's sad. It really is kind of sad on that, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus more on, is just that relationship, more the review than that. And the review was like, it was okay, but for unhealthy relationships on that, such as in a situation like that, and mood swings like that, you're either dealing, I'm telling you, I'll say it again, you're dealing with someone who's very immature or is on something on that. And I know he's young, 20-something. I know he is, and I've been around the block a lot more than he has on that. And I've seen those kind of fights go down like that, and at least he had enough class to face her when she left on that, which shows that he is tough. Even though that probably tore him, that was probably the hardest thing he could ever do, is like saying goodbye, which he really didn't want to, but it was just tearing him up inside. But it needed to be done. So anyway, Sam leaves, and Ronnie is pretty much broken and crying, and he doesn't know what to do, and the whole thing ends with Situation trying to tell Ronnie, hey, it's okay, you'll do better on that, and then just kind of leave it at that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and see the next episode and kind of see how Ronnie reacts on that. Alright, bye.